You can look like you're bearing gifts. You're bearing gifts.
Why is it zoomed all the way in?
Everybody got it. Hey, if you can see Pop before he sees you, you got to say Christmas gift, and he might give you $1. All right.
Why?
Oh, Christmas gift!
Christmas gift.
Ooh, look at that.
Jump in there and do it, Caleb.
Ah, you got it!
Caleb got it.
Christmas gift!
Oh my God!
I said it too.
All right, here's that. Okay, that's yours. Oh, look, Eleanor got some PJ Masks stuff. Ooh, nice.
Where is Eleanor?
You might be playing with some stuff upstairs if you want to go see.
Or is in here? I got a camera.
I brought me a candy cane.
Eleanor, tell me about what's in the living room. I saw a huge headquarters in the living room.
Oh, that's my new headquarters.
Oh my
Come on,
gosh.
I want there to see
Yeah,
it.
come look at
I
it.
got my new, brand new headquarters. Fresh for Christmas. Come on.
Christmas gift. Christmas gift. Christmas gift.
She jumps over the gift. Over the gift. That's why.
Oh, look at that. That's a big headquarters.
Watch. She jumps over the zip line.
That is headquarters with headquarters. I see. No, that's cool, man.
What is it? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see it. Hold it up.
Oh, I like that car. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, it's like a fishing hook. Oh, they got a line. That's cool. Oh, let me see. Catboy needs to be here. Where's the thingy?
No, Catboy's right down there. The console moves.
Oh my gosh, like all his parts move. I'm so used to the ones that are all like melted together. And he's like, I got you. I got you.
No, I don't. Move out the way. Move out the way.
Oh, where's the net? There it is.
Wait a second.
Oh man, you want to stand up? Oh wait,
It's not a zip line.
check this out. It's got the little things on the bottom.
Pretend no, that's fine.
I didn't see. Hold it back up.
Everyone, come to the back of headquarters. Rub your head there and make up your
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wait, it has to be steeper.
Yeah, if it was steeper, it would work better. Oh no!
No, it's supposed to go down here.
Oh, I see it. It's the totem pole.
Hey, 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 hey.
No.
Oh, hey. What's this?
PJ Robot.
That's PJ Robot.
Let me see.
Together. You're used to this.
Oh.
You're used to him.
You use the hair?
Yeah. You're used to this guy, so you can't. No,
I'm used to that hand.
You're used to this guy.
That's cool.
Not this one. Move your hands.
Oh, no, that's so cool that you can move his hands and stuff.
I can't move this one.
Oh, can't move that one. Don't be moving that one. No break. Oh, that's so cool.
It goes on here.
Is someone missing
So
a cat
cool.
boy?
Oh, do it.
Cat boy?
Yeah.
No.
Feel like, be like, here you go, Catboy.
Look, Sarah.
We're just playing with the toys.
Huh?
We're just playing with the toys.
I was gonna ask. I put it together wrong, surprisingly.
No, it's perfect.
No, it's not. Do you think possibly you could put on the back side of the elevator?
The back side of the elevator. Where's the back side of the elevator? Which one is the elevator?
You gotta take off right
Is this
here.
the elevator?
No.
That's the seesaw.
Let me get you the part.
Is this the elevator? What's the, this is the elevator.
That's the, oh, that is the elevator.
No, this is halfway down.
Oh, there's supposed to be a back side of the elevator? And then this, oh, I see, because this opens up. Doesn't that open up?
Look, make them go.
Does it open up? Oh, I see. That's perfect. All right, here he comes. Bye, Catboy. We'll see you
We
later.
made it to Sarah.
Wait,
How many Catboys are there?
that's what I was about to ask. Why was there no-
A lot of
Follow
Catboys.
the order of the directions. And so,
Look how let's on her
the
cycle.
back
The back side
side,
of the elevator.
and then that is supposed to go somewhere too.
What?
Here's what
This
I,
is supposed to go somewhere.
yeah.
What is, oh, is that, hold on. This looks like we need a screw. Oh,
Hey, look how let's on the outer cycle.
How did,
what is that doing?
something tells me that that's not, never mind.
I think I just stepped on an Angelino.
There you go.
Whoa.
Hurry back.
See, you're supposed to put it on before you attach the other
I
stuff.
think you were supposed to put this on.
Right.
Like right
I
there.
think that's where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, that is where it's supposed to go, but you have to take it apart to put it back together to make it fit.
Are there screws involved?
No, it's a punch and then it stays. Yeah. And Mr. Ernest says that since we already snapped it into place, we're not gonna be able to unsnap it.
That's probably, I mean,
Unless you.
you could always use this for something else.
Such as,
A slip and slide.
The racetrack. A ramp to, as part of a single
could I not just hot glue it on?
Well, see, I think it's got to go inside of it. Wait, unless we can get this piece off. Does this piece?
Oh,
No.
it looks like it. Yeah,
Don't. Our last level
We
needs
have
two things to take off. The back of the elevator and the little thing right here. And we can't do that. It's just snapped on.
No, we can
Unless,
also.
Take
unless
off
this,
the
no,
elevator.
it wouldn't go in front of it. It's gotta go behind it.
I can't get it off.
What part's not done?
Oh, I think this red
It
piece.
is over.
And the blue piece.
Oh, the blue piece I think can
So I
stay.
should be able to just pull this
Look at
off.
that shirt, Jamie.
Without-
It's got Rudolph on it. Or
What's
is
the
that
next I'm
Sonic?
worried about? We don't want to break Eleanor's new Christmas present.
He jingled!
I just have to take it off because I'm hot.
Did
No,
you
we're
make
trying to
it?
fix it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Does this not say Ernest?
It just looks like something you made in the basement.
Caleb, move your head.
It'll have
Caleb, move your head.
to go.
He's crying.
What happened to headquarters?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll bend
Together
enough
wrong.
without breaking. It's
Don't
supposed to go.
move in front of the camera.
Top.
Caleb, 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 don't
I think
move
this
in front
slips
of
into
the
the
Yeah, you're
bottom.
gonna have to
Just
say goodbye. Mom's
I'm
gonna
not
go upstairs and
holding
put on this.
Wait,
That's not my problem.
is there a hole in the bottom?
This afternoon.
Just slip it up?
Caleb!
Too hot.
Are you tired of hearing the jingle?
No, I'm just too
No.
hot.
Are you tired of
Oh, yeah, there is.
I know, I'm just too hot.
Yeah, there. No, no.
Do you have a rating?
If you can't, that's fine.
Wait.
Oh, we could. We just don't know if the rest of it would stay intact.
I found a spot to
We
record.
could completely destroy this to put this one piece where you want it. No
Eleanor?
problem.
Where does it go?
Right
On the
there, on the
elevator?
inside. See, this will go in there.
That's how you know
Oh, look.
where they're supposed to stand. It's the only way.
It's not that.
Mommy put it together wrong.
I think you're gonna have to take the top off to get that in.
That's the problem.
I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Or you can do it the Munson way.
I don't know if that's supposed to.
You gotta take all that stuff off.
Uh-oh.
Camera. Did you show me anything? Need the camera?
I almost made it. I just don't know if it's supposed to go.
Oh, wow.
We gotta take off our what's
Do we know which way it's supposed to go?
Dings out little Polaroid pictures.
Take a picture.
Oh, take a picture of me and Janie.
Oh, man, I don't.
For
He's fixing it.
We're fixing it.
Is it under this?
Guys, I got Sarah a present.
What?
Thank you, Eleanor.
Like this snaps out this way.
I'm gonna hang this on the
See what I'm saying?
This is all one piece?
Yeah.
Our
I'm gonna go change
female
shirts real
thing
quick.
does its presents now.
Do you have it on the inside setting?
Now we can open up the presents.
Oh, it's coming through.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to do it before you see
Wait,
it.
I need to see where it's actually snapped in. So,
Yeah, I have this upside down. Oh yeah, she gave me the instructions.
hey, could I see that the swing thing?
Which one's
Oh, it's a good one.
The one that's on the wood.
I see it.
Oh, there's the part where you put the.
I
The
see it.
swing.
Where
Where
is
is
it?
it?
Come on.
Ah, can you tell which way? That's the elevator piece going down. Can you tell which way those little things on the sides are supposed to go?
Yeah.
Up or down?
What thing's on the side?
I'll show you.
Oh,
Are they supposed to go under the other thing
they're facing down.
in the diagram?
Like that.
Dude.
Hey, Sarah.
Alright, where's the swing?
They're trying their best.
I feel like it's
Do
supposed
I?
Do you want one of these?
What is it?
It's like a little.
Let me see it.
That's the
Just
same
put it
from
in
the
there for me.
Dowses.
You want it?
Well, Munson, you don't have to worry about it. It'll be okay without it.
Munson, are you gonna open up your presents?
No.
Munson.
That foot fell
At some
on the
point in
floor.
the future.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
it's
just-
definitely-
Oh, I think you may have it.
But I gotta get the thingy into the thingy.
Here, just hold it for him for a sec, or put it on the couch beside him.
You sure those things are going down? It really would make more sense if they were going up.
Well, they're facing down.
Oh, oh! Alright, can you get the red thing off?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not right there, right there.
I think that's what we needed. I just don't know how this is supposed to.
You can actually,
Oh, you can?
Caleb, did you want to roll too?
no. Hey,
Oh,
yeah, see, you can see.
alright, that one snaps on the inside.
There's another one right here.
Oh,
I think you got it.
You just have to line it up with the edge. The plastic.
Munson, I think you may got it.
maybe.
What do you say to Uncle Munson?
Is that,
Thank
is that what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to.
Eleanor, you just said on Uncle Munson's.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, by the
That's,
way.
does the elevator still?
that's how you're supposed to do it.
Oh no, my son. Ah, that goes under that ridge.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and then you just gotta do that and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all.
I gotta. What you got, Sarah?
Oh, well, look.
She's PJ Masking.
Well, we did some. Oh, okay. Well,
I like your gloves. Okay. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just sits on top. Okay. How's that? Does it work now?
it
Is
does.
that what it's supposed to be, Eleanor?
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Now show him the other piece. See if he can fix that one too.
No.
Oh,
Galen's got it.
Owlette is on the
know where
zip
it
line. Oh, she jumped off.
That's right. No, we not. Take off our
She jumped off.
Yeah, so let's it up.
I like that. That's how you're supposed to. Why is everyone in here?
Because we're
Oh,
watching
jeez.
them put
This
together
through.
mommy's mistake.
It's supposed to go flush.
Hey,
Well, I guess that's cool.
That's how it works.
Okay. Is that better?
That's it. That's good.
Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, what is that supposed
yeah,
to be?
now they won't fall off the back,
I wanted to
Sarah.
say it was part of the top.
Like this right here.
Oh, it does?
Step forward.
Is there a screw?
You have to lift this up. And then,
Oh, and snap it in?
yeah, it goes in this little.
This is where our leg goes. Exactly goes here. The gecko goes right here, but I don't have a gecko. Who replaced gecko? Who replaced gecko?
You got the other part too, Eleanor.
Is that it?
Daddy, this is
Eleanor.
a
Uncle Buster has
This is so
successfully
cowboy.
fixed your PJ Masks.
What?
He put it all together for you. What do you say?
Thank you, sir.
Don't hit that lens too hard.
All worked out. Alright, cool.
I have my shoes on, Sarah. I have my shoes on.
So that means you can go to the basement. That means Eleanor cannot, because Eleanor doesn't have shoes on.
Daddy had shoes on.
That means Daddy can go to the basement, but Eleanor can't
All
go
by
to
myself.
I asked you to put on your socks and
You know
shoes, and
they're
you
cool,
told me
like,
no.
you could put the, I remember. like,
I think I put them in the
old
kitchen
Star
maybe,
Wars
or in the
figures with, like,
bedroom
that-
down here.
These little tabs to stare.
Go help Eleanor find her shoes.
Okay. And I need my socks.
Munson, I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
A
Glad.
lot.
I hope that works. I hope that's how it's supposed to be.
It is. It's perfect.
Because that's how it is.
I had a lot of difficulty.
I hear you.
It looks great.
No, it was, Eleanor was putting it together while I was trying to figure out how to put it together, and then by the time I realized how it was supposed to go, she already assembled some things that weren't supposed to be assembled yet, so, but, you know, that's
I
mommy's
understand.
mistake.
Everything is your mistake.
Of course it is, but that's okay, because I got Uncle Munson to fix it,
Yeah. He's handy.
and a cousin Caleb.
He's handy to have around.
Right.
Can I call you
Could've done without
CC
Caleb.
from now on, cousin Caleb?
No.
Okay. That's okay.
What about cussing Caleb?
Is there
That's
something I
Wilson.
should know about?
What you mean?
I don't know. Is there something I need to know
Seemed
about?
like a nice Western cowboy name.
In the west of town, stand whoa. Eastern goods. Oh, yeah, oh, my bad. I reversed it.
There's your downs. Your downs.
Oh,
That's
from
yours.
the Downs is like, yeah, like Frank and Cynthia. Oh, great. Yeah. Those Downs. I was like, that kid doesn't look like he has Down syndrome.
We need to take this back to the house.
Yeah,
Of all
she
the things
already-
she got today,
She kind of already
she
broke
chose
it.
this ornament off the tree to bring.
She
We've
broke
had
it.
it literally 20 years.
Wow.
And
broke
she decided this year it was her favorite thing. I don't know.
She broke the tires.
No, she didn't. What do you mean? They're still on there.
Now,
No,
did you want
barely.
mimosa or ginger ale? We're supposed to be at Neville's parents at 12:30,
Oh, okay.
so I've got some
Time is
stuff
it now?
like 10 till 12.
Okay, well, let's open presents.
Yeah, I have a gift
Go
for
read
you.
it. Yeah.
you too.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
Let's
You
go.
got the- Oh, you got the camera?
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
still running?
I didn't check. How do I? It says, oh yeah, it says record. All right, where do you want me to put this? Like right
There's
here?
some of ours.
I can call you it. I just don't expect you to answer.
All right.
This is for Sarah.
Let's see, just Does that get the room, kind of?
To Dad from me.
Thank you.
Sarah!
Sarah! Presents!
That's to Janie. Here, hand that to Janie.
I don't know where to put this, my
That's
son.
to Ernest.
Oh, by the way, since I had to clean out the cars to take the list up there.
This is Susu and
Oh,
Pop.
really? Oh, snap, man. Cool. Oh, right on.
Neville.
This
All right,
is
that's a
to
different thing.
Sue.
That's to Eleanor. Eleanor.
That's
There's a
Susan.
present from us.
Sue.
It's present time,
To
Sarah.
Buffy.
That's Buffy.
I have one
To
for
Janie.
Sarah.
To
That's for
Janie.
Janie. That's to Eleanor.
Sarah.
That's for Mom.
Oh, Munson, that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you know, you
Munson
like
and
puzzles.
Kara.
I thought you would like that one.
This is
Alright,
vitamins
that's
Buffy
for- that's
brought
for
from us,
Susu.
and they're not illicit drugs.
Thank you, Monson.
Oh, you're welcome. I know you like egress. I figured
And
you'd
that's
send us some
Daddy.
bands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got you a G harp and a C harp.
Alright.
So, I
I
use the
will
D more.
watch him as he opens it.
That's your
Sarah! That's to Sarah. Who's Sarah?
Alright, this is a family video disc that Buffy asked for that I'm giving you an extra copy
you
of.
a present.
Okay.
Bonnie.
Alright, same thing with you, Neville. That's a whole bunch of random family videos.
That's to
If Buffy
Caleb.
uses hers, you'll have an extra.
Alright. We can put that in with my pictures.
Alright, cool.
So we can look
That's for
together.
Janie.
This is for Munson.
Alright, that's for Eleanor.
Oh, it's
But that's just an extra copy of the family
That's
disc that
for
Buffy asked for.
Sarah.
That's
Alright.
Ha!
Baseball card.
For
Wow.
1988.
This is to Bonnie.
1988. Wow. Hey, open them up and see what.
The gum might
That's
still be
to
good.
Caleb.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think it probably is.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Caleb.
And then this is
Look at this, Devil.
This is to
Check that
Kira.
Ooh. And then that's the family videos Buffy asked for. And I'm giving everybody extra
You
copies.
see
of.
he's on the back?
And then
This is
Sarah, put that in there for
Sarah.
Susu. Sarah, isn't that cool?
Thank you, Monson.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I thought that'd give you a blast from the past.
This is to Sarah. And this is to Eleanor. And this is to
We got
Bonnie.
potatoes in the refrigerator right now. And at Nanny's house, yeah. And Brock's gonna be at Nanny's house, so he makes a good target. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I thought you would dig on.
Cabbage Pail Kids.
Face night is my favorite
I remember it. I was like, oh, that was cool.
Like 10,000 villages.
Laura
Somebody
Floyd.
from, Vietnam or something.
Wow.
Vitamin from Buffy.
Vitamins and gummies, yeah.
Vitamins.
This is
That's not
vitamin.
That's not your
Wow, what a beautiful car.
Okay.
on it and a few bites and stuff.
Okay.
That's not
What if I just eat one?
Yeah,
This is to Anthony.
What if I just eat one? Alright, try it.
Anthony.
That tastes like shit, like
This is Mommy.
orange slices granny used to feed us.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want some more of those. Oh, that's my goodie box. This says to Munson from Ernest and Janie.
This meat here. What about bacon?
I'm gonna hold
What
this.
about sausage?
Okay.
What about eggs? What about bread? I feel like you like bread. I feel like you like bread too. Okay.
Well, Munson's already
You
got
must not be that hungry.
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah, I
about
got
cheese?
some.
You want cheese?
I got some coffee.
Plain biscuits. I'm sorry. This is what we eat right now.
Right, you can't eat the eggs, but you can eat the bacon.
That is
You can eat
currently,
sausage and you can eat grits.
you can either
There's
add
cheese to put on the grits and butter.
That is unleaded.
Cheese grits.
Is that unspiked mimosa?
And
Nothing
then there's
spiked on
jam
the
if you
table
wanna
except
have
for
a
my glass.
roll.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need.
It's just juice
Sorry,
and,
thank you.
no, it's juice. I don't know what is in there.
Yeah, that one's mine, and
Okay, so
I,
that's just juice. Okay.
It's orange juice and cherries.
Thank you.
Cherry
Really
juice.
good bacon.
Oh, I better get you a little butter
You wanna add
for your
ginger
grits.
on that?
There's ginger ale in the room. There's don't have to at all. That's jelly
high
with
protein
sugar
meal.
for your grits.
Alright. Like Rocky Balboa. All the protein.
Are y'all gonna be late, Buffy?
I'm sorry we were running a little late this morning, Bubby.
No, that's okay.
No problem.
I
I
should
need
have
a car.
said, I should have said, like, when you first got here, like, we're supposed to be over there at 12:30. That's my fault. I didn't.
I didn't, we were coming out the door and there was stuff to do and more stuff to do and then trying
I'm
to do
just
something
glad
else.
we
You
got.
got over
I'm
here and you
glad-
had to put together the
The stuff.
I'm
the
glad we
stuff.
got to spend the
PJ Masks
time
thing.
together that we got.
That's all good.
well, we're lucky we're all here at the same time.
That's right.
All right.
Amen.
That's right.
Oh, there's butter. Butter. So when butter?
It's the European butter. It's the Kerrygold.
Oh,
So careful.
is that real butter?
And it's European butter. So it has
A little higher cream
a
content.
fat yeah. It's tastier.
They said no.
He said no. Don't say
Told
no.
her she could offer Lunchable to everybody.
Where
She
you?
could have Lunchable.
I don't know.
I don't hear.
So everybody else had the great good sense
I
to
think
say
I'm
no.
sitting over here.
Sitting over there. Oh,
Do you want to switch here so you can sit by Munson?
Oh, could we?
we wanted to
Anybody
assign
else would
seating.
like
I just
coffee?
grabbed a plate that hadn't been taken.
Come on through. Coffee?
That was
You
perfect.
can sit next to me.
Nothing just wants some coffee.
I have some coffee.
Here, you can carry that for
You might want a little mimosa.
I'm gonna have one in a little bit. All right.
All right.
Did you like ginger ale in yours?
Yeah, I'll go. Thank you.
Anybody else? Would you pass the butter to me? I sure will. Thank you, Scoochie. That was very nice. Very good. And Jane, I don't know if you know, but that's the one piece of Mama's china that Mom has the butter plate. The butter plate.
Don't drop it.
That's not why I mentioned
Fresh
it.
as bar.
Real.
That's not why I mentioned it. I just didn't know if
Whose
y'all
was
knew.
it?
Mom's grandma.
Mama.
Our great grandma. Butter on
That
air.
corner, the corner cabinet up there, that we got that from the summer, that came from the old summer plantation.
I did it.
That?
Yeah.
That's nice. Wow.
I love the doors.
And then that thing over there, that secretary, that came from Gene Norris's thing.
Yes, it is.
No, they've been here with it, I just wanted to let everybody know.
Oh, that's cool. How old is that piece from the summer plantation?
It was built before the war, and it was built by slaves. And Ernie Shealy said, I really needed to get this piece because it was very unusual. A lot of people don't think that slaves were that good of craftsmen. And they also think that the South at that time, we had to have the labor in the fields, that we didn't have time to develop those kinds of skills. And this was actually made by a slave on the summer plantation. So they did have the money to have slaves working off the fields. And so it talks a lot about Newberry history. It's been sort of hidden, that everybody kind of thought we were just a bunch
You
of
say that-
tore-up country farmers.
The summer plantation as in like, what part of
The
Palmyra?
the Higgins house out in Pomeria.
John Huggins.
Huggins, excuse me.
Gotcha.
They were the ones that developed the nursery for which Pomeria is named.
Jim Kibler wrote that book about it.
They studied botany and they developed plants that would work in this climate, and
all the trees on the horseshoe at USC were bought
Really?
from the summer plantation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That's cool. That's really cool.
I want to say they had an exhibit at McKissick. They did. Maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, they did, right when that book came out, I think.
It was really nice.
And who's
too.
that artisan that we saw his work at?
David Drake.
David Drake. That was amazing.
Yeah, he was an enslaved person in Edgefield County.
Wrote poetry.
Wrote poetry on his pots. Made these giant
Yeah.
pots, like as big as someone's body.
My friend John Collins has 3.
And he made them by coiling the clay, so he didn't like throw it on a wheel and shape it the way you would think. He like rolled out long like snake pieces like you do when you're playing with Play-Doh, and then like spun the wheel and then like laid the coils out as the wheel spun and then like smoothed the creases. I mean, I've made coal pots before and it's really like intense work, and his pots are like this big.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just
There's a children's book about it.
incredible. And he got an injured foot. Something happened to his foot, and it was the foot that he used to pedal the wheel. And so this other person that worked or that was enslaved on the plantation with him, ended up using his foot to pedal the wheel, and then Dave was able to still coil the pottery. So it was like a team effort.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he's a true
That was
artisan.
really cool.
I mean, it's just
Yeah, a bunch of really cool.
incredible stuff.
It's only like, I mean, it wasn't that many pieces. Like
There aren't many left.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like one of those things, you know. He wasn't making it as art, he was making it as useful.
And they got broken and used, yeah.
Alice Walker did a story about that. And it got called like the quilt. And,
Everyday use.
yeah, thank you. Her sophisticated daughter came down from college and wanted this quilt, and she was going to give it as a wedding gift to the other daughter, you know, who was getting married. And the sophisticated daughter's like, she doesn't appreciate it. She'll only use it.
Oh.
I mean, give it to me.
She won't put it on the wall and look at it forever.
That's perfect. But yeah, that was an incredible.
It was cool to do.
Wasn't it Alice Walker?
The guy who did the bird stuff was amazing too, and then that other artist that was local. I mean, that was New Orleans.
Short stories
kind
called
of-
Everyday Use.
That
I
was
can't
Buffy
remember the
just
name of it.
reminded
It was
me.
like a woman and her wife, or a woman and her husband. Well, no, it was
The one down in the basement?
on the same level as the birds. It was like hidden back over in the
That one did
corner.
not make an impression on me.
I really like the colors. I mean, the colors looked, it was really bright. Colors.
I could have sworn that was the basement one.
I think it was the well, I don't think it was the basement one. The basement one was the lady from Charleston
Yeah.
that spent time abroad with
Right.
a wild woman.
I don't know, I would guess overcast, I'm not sure.
Those birds were amazing. Yeah, and then you remember the numbers one?
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you. Let's everybody clap. And it's nice, everybody's here.
And there may be some more eggs in the kitchen, but I'm gonna sit down and eat.
I can get more eggs.
Amen.
I love the juice. We gotta use cherries every day.
I mean, they do kind of
They
fancy things
Yeah,
up.
they do. And Christmas has been the only time we've ever used them, so.
I read some quote somewhere from some fabulous person, some old man, that you're supposed to use your fine china every day because why not?
Well, because if you use it every day, it won't last very long if you have children. That's,
Well, that's true.
you won't have any
But it is
by
pretty.
Christmas, yes. But you know, that's one of the things, I read an article not long ago that says do not leave your children because nobody entertains much anymore. And the kids don't have space in smaller homes where people are living now. So they said that if this was somebody at Christie's auction house. And don't leave big pieces of furniture, that nobody wants big furniture anymore. The houses don't have ceilings to accommodate it and, that your kid, anyway, that's another thing I'm supposed to do.
Right,
But y'all are stuck. Sorry.
IKEA was doing some long-range planning, and they were looking at
Where's our salt and pepper?
what's gonna happen in 20 years, and what they were trying to do is figure out where to put IKEA stores 20 years from now, and what kind of furniture they should be thinking about making, and they're interested in, they feel like more people are gonna be living in smaller places, and more people are gonna be living in cities, and so that's kind of where they were going with this too.
Well, Neville's granddad made a bedroom suit for all the grandchildren. Wow, is that right? Oh my God. So on each one, I never even noticed it till the other day, there's a plaque. It says, I guess, does it have your name on it?
It's got my name and his name and the year he built it.
So it's a bed and a nightstand and a chest of drawers. And so poor Jay, his brother, is down there in Florida with his wife. And she's like, I don't know what we're gonna do with it. And that was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, better not do
Before
anything.
you throw it away. She told us we get first pass.
She's gonna drop it at Goodwill. It's like, she didn't like, I'm like, whoa.
It doesn't fit my style, so.
Yeah, well, you got like 5 bedrooms in your house. I'm sure you can find.
That could be the guest
Somewhere.
bed, because guests don't care.
Well, it is like a full bed. I mean, it's not like a queen or a king.
It's a
It's not.
double bed.
But you don't wanna make your guests like too comfortable, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
you
wasn't
got-
my stay.
put 'em on your house.
They can make a double bed, and they can make it bigger.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Did you?
What?
Put that
you
many.
can take a double bed, they can make it
They
bigger.
got 5 bedrooms. It doesn't have to be the, it could just be in a room, you know.
of this.
So anyway, so the chest of drawers, she said that she'd bring us the nightstand so we'd have a set that matched. And
I was like, don't give it away.
no, she's not
Say
gonna.
nice.
I said, hey, look.
I
What I said to her was, hey, if y'all, we would like
said it a
option.
couple
We would like
times.
first option. And she said, yeah, completely. Like, she doesn't care.
She just wants it gone.
Yeah, right? Like, she doesn't,
This doesn't
she's
belong
not
in my
like
house anymore.
being like, aha, you can't have this. She's just like, I
It's
may
not
not
good
want
enough
this in
for
my
our
house.
5-bedroom house. It's just 2 of us.
Handcrafted by your work.
Yeah, his granddad
No
made
lack on
it
it.
for.
Did Gramps make the set?
Gramps made that table back there.
But the bedroom set that I had at Granny's, he didn't make that.
That was
small.
bought from New York, wasn't it?
That makes it like
That was rooms to go in 1960.
was not rooms to go. It was probably the best thing they could get.
I think it was bought from Marla when she was 16.
I know it was her I know that Playhouse was her 6th birthday present, and that the bedroom suite was her 16th. But I didn't. I was thinking he built it, but he didn't.
No.
Okay.
You built a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. It's a wood bed, I thought. And it's
I
got
got-
kind of that style to it, with the little knives, like the balls. You know what I'm talking about?
You know the ring that Buffy has with the filigree?
This one.
There was actually another ring
There
that
was 2
had,
others.
yeah, and they had the same sort of scroll work and beautiful setting.
It's like important that family made, or it's an
Right.
heirloom, and the night table that you just got, because you just needed a stinking night
And it
table.
came from the S&H Green.
Right, and it's just really, just throw it away.
Yeah.
Broken 10 years ago.
I agree,
Throw it
Buffy,
away.
because, yeah.
They wanna know which bench to repair and which bench to throw out.
See, I was thinking, because I thought Grants had
So
built
they
that
don't,
set
so they
for
don't pay
Granny.
$2,000 to fix it.
I had thought, I did, I thought Grants had built
But,
that set for Granny.
I've got a few pieces that, my grandfather didn't actually build them, but he tinkered slash whatever was, for instance, took a radio cabinet
I really
and turned it into a small china cabinet.
Oh, y'all have a great Christmas.
Yeah,
Thank you. Y'all
absolutely.
too.
And then I've got some.
Alright, thank y'all.
See you well,
See you
sir.
night, maybe.
Basically, you know, it was, you know, a basic kit that you can just stick 4 legs onto something.
At least the message, not the
That
message.
unscrew and screw so that you can adjust them.
Yeah.
And so he did that and paired them with Formica sink cutouts.
Guess what I
And
got?
so, and then painted the edges so that it matches. So
Maybe,
you got little collapsible tables that,
No, it's an Angelina.
which I made use of when I was in college because, hey, they fit in the car, you could easily take them in.
It's one
Oh, that
for
was-
the dark
That's
time.
awesome.
Okay.
I split it with
I
Sarah.
was wanting like a big crazy shot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Like it like came in like 2 halves. So
Maybe
Sarah
one day.
had a half and I had a half.
You're gonna help me carry the rest of your stuff to the basement?
It's cold.
Weatherproof.
There. Maybe
Shine
it's
a light
cold
on it
outside.
to stick it.
No, I mean, if we could like get it insulated.
I've got some furniture that was originally my maternal grandparents.
Is that correct?
Probably needs to get reupholstered yet again, but.
I know I take her,
That's cool. I think it's important to keep stuff
between
like
1
that.
and 1:30.
And I could have had a secretary, not a China type secretary, but you know, it's a secretary's
Actual
actual.
secretary, like roll top.
Well, I've actually got a secretary desk roll top. I mean,
Well,
something
39,
something
I got
sort of like
about-
that, but.
Got plenty of time to finish eating.
You know, at the time that, you know, we were getting my mom's stuff broken out, you know.
And then we're gonna pick her up.
Yes, it was in the living room, Will mentioned I
Well, we're
got the
supposed
stuff
to
in the living room.
gather here
Because I was interested in it.
I'll pick her
But
up.
I just did not have the space for it, I didn't want to stick it in storage, because I wasn't expecting to have someone come into my life. But see, if I'd known that you were gonna come into my life, we'd have an extra piece of furniture to clutter the house.
If only.
Y'all, I don't know what to do with my mama's piano.
Right now, he can live on the porch for a long time.
That's not very useful.
It wasn't very useful before.
But at least you could see it.
I mean, you can see it now. It's on the porch.
Now let's go.
I did not take the piano from the living room, and
I'm glad you think it's funny.
but then again,
like
the piano we had wasn't a very good piano, and wasn't any sentimental value to it, because it was a second-hand piano to begin with.
But I don't think we have to do anything with the piano. It can live out there.
I don't like that. I feel like that's degrading it further.
What do you want to do with it?
You could give it to Eleanor and put it in the basement and then
I mean, I
she
thought-
could take
I
piano
thought you
lessons.
didn't really care about it, because you wanted to get rid of it.
I
You
don't
were
know.
talking about putting it by the side of the road one day.
Wow, that was a day that I was irritated.
Problem is, if you stick the piano out by the side of the road,
It'll stay there for a long time.
not just that, someone else might leave and a companion for it.
We might become a piano dumping ground.
Well, I mean,
I mean, that's the
That
sad
would be
fact about
okay.
pianos these days.
Have you ever watched any OK Go videos?
No, I don't think
Oh,
I've
they're
ever
the
been.
people that do the treadmill dance.
They have this one video that they made using like a Metro Geo, like a Geo Metro with like, and it made these flaps on the car.
Jamie, will you pass the butter?
And there's this one part of the song where they've lined up all these old abandoned upright pianos tuned to one chord, and so the pianos
That's
are-
it. When the zombies take over the world, you'll need it to fling it out of an upstairs
They make
window
them
and
use
crush
it
them.
in the video by
Set
driving
up
the
a pulley
car.
system.
And so as they drive the car past these pianos, it slams the chords on the piano, and they line them up in time like dominoes. They make some really cool videos.
Well, the issue is though that it's not useful because it will never be in tune. Like I know that. There's no saving.
Well,
it.
the thing about
But
that,
like, it's just got such a cool story and it lived through so many things. And I feel like if I were just to give it to someone or even sell it to someone,
You are so
they
hot playing with PJ
wouldn't
Masks.
care about its backstory.
right, I
I
don't think
promise
we should
not
get
to
rid
tell, but I want you to know, I know.
Well, you need to figure out how you preserve the backstory.
Sure you were, Caleb.
You can take make a
God
video.
saw with me, I know. I know what you're
I mean, maybe someday pianos will come back in fashion, but
See, I think at this point, if we had some money to invest in it, or we wanted to, not only how much this would cost, but there's got to be a way to replace the keyboard in it with a digital piano so that you could actually play it and still keep the frame the same.
Wouldn't that change the sound of
It
it?
would completely change the sound of it, but the keys would actually play, and it would actually play in tune. Or you could pay a piano tuner probably the same amount of money to actually like restore it.
That's preferable.
Depends on really what they want the sound. My friend Carol had her grandmother's piano and turned it into the coolest looking bar you've ever seen.
Well, Dad talked about just salvaging the wood and turning the wood into some sort of art. Because, I mean, it really, the piano I don't think will ever work. They're just taking up space. I mean, it's just,
Jack Bonnett's made guitars out of old piano soundboards.
yeah, see, that's an idea. And then it would be useful because you would be able to play it.
Yeah. It's a weird thing at this point, like if somebody was like, hey, do you want a piano or do you want a keyboard? Like, I would want a keyboard.
I would want a keyboard too, unless it was my mom's piano.
Right.
I don't care about other people's pianos.
Okay.
Like, and I mean, I don't think anybody does, but it's like the emotional attachment that you get to things that are people that you care about.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is. It could be,
It's a cool bookcase.
it could be a table or like a chair, but it's unfortunately a giant 2-ton piece
Like that
of.
little saucer where I put my butter every family down.
I mean, yeah. See what I mean? That just takes up less space, so it's not so much of an issue. If only it were a saucer.
I think it's fine on the porch right now. I mean, we could even, I mean, maybe one of the kids would want to tinker with it and try and fix it, or maybe I would, I don't know, I feel like, I feel like my time's better spent than other things. But, I mean, I don't think we should throw it away. And I don't really think you really want Randy to take the wood, tear it apart, and make it something else.
I don't know. I just feel like it's not honoring the piano to have it sit there and collect dust on a porch. I mean, it's just, it might as well be.
It's in purgatory.
Yeah.
It's in purgatory forever.
Well, how is the improvements coming?
They're coming along.
We gotta paint.
Yeah, we're painting now. Yeah. We're painting Bonnie's room. We're trying to get Bonnie into her room so we can get Bonnie in her room and Sarah can go in her room and then we can have our room back.
Finally.
Working on it.
You believe that's gonna happen?
Nope.
You're so cute.
Bonnie and Caleb stayed in their own rooms when they were about Sarah's age.
No, I came along.
You came along after a huge upheaval. I don't know
Right.
why you think that would be. Like, don't compare it to that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's just, it was different. It was a different situation.
I mean, actually, it's been kind of cool. Like, oh yeah, I thought it was kind of cool this week. Like, it was kind of a wolf pack scenario this week.
Wolf pack scenario.
Yeah, everybody piles into bed, you know, like a wolf pack. It was me
Bonnie
and Sarah.
and Sarah was
yeah,
sick.
Bonnie and Bonnie was sick all week, so she was sleeping at the foot of the bed,
My friend,
and we were sleeping on the bed, you know.
my
We've
buddy.
had
Everybody's
2 nights in
sleeping
a
in
row that Eleanor slept in her bed.
What makes you just assume
Lucky.
that I
We were.
want something?
What she's ate.
No.
This is what I want.
We were surprised.
Eleanor
I
wants
was just saying,
to make.
I guess there was at some point this year when Caleb fell asleep in our room. It really was like the old days.
Put on
It was like,
YouTube.
Oh yeah, we were watching a movie or something and he fell asleep.
Yeah. Kind of was like, just like the old days. Y'all sleeping in the
How
kids
do
out
you
of bed
do
together.
If I were to, I don't know, record
Like
it,
one of the grandparents really
could
wanted
you
Yeah.
sleeping in
Yeah.
the bed all
put it
together.
on YouTube?
With the one big blanket,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you really want me to pull it up on YouTube and show you?
No, please don't.
At least it's not a Minecraft video.
Huh?
At least it's not a Minecraft video.
That was a PJ Masks video, probably. Right?
It is.
Oh, they got Rudolph
That's
on.
what she wants.
Sarah is into the
Is
YouTube
to
videos of
orders
like the PJ Masks toys. So it's a person who like has these toys and makes a video with them.
Yeah, that's what Eleanor likes.
Yeah.
She likes that better than the videos.
Yeah, better than the cartoon. I don't know.
That's what I should have been making on YouTube all this time.
And I'm like,
Playing with
Sarah,
toys.
you have a cat boy and you have an owlet and you have a gecko. Let's go play with them. No, I want to watch this video.
And you put it,
I want to watch somebody else play with them right, so I can play with them right.
Caleb,
Oh no.
how do you do that?
Well, we kind of did the same thing. Saturday morning cartoons showed you
If I
how to
were
go to
to
G.I. Joe
record
and all
it,
that.
It's more about the cartoons there. There would be the commercials. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, okay.
Where they would show you the bazooka
I take
gun shooting
your
and.
picture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I could,
You know,
There's a
every
flamethrower
episode of
you can run
G.I.
section
Joe
paper
focused on a
on fire.
different toy.
I refuse.
I never noticed that about G.I. Joe.
My
Joe.
interpretation worked
Well,
correctly.
I remember watching the show a good bit. I didn't realize I was being sold on a different toy in every episode.
You, I think, you had a couple of G.I. Joes
So-
at different times
Some of the
Brian Thompson was the
They
really
got
big G.I. Joe
kidnapped.
character.
for
have,
Barbie dolls' boyfriends, I think.
like, The Apprentice.
I didn't have like the real
They
G.I.
have
When I
graphics.
came along, it was like the 6-inch ones. I mean,
No,
it
this
wasn't
was
like
the
the-
tall
Eleanor
one.
Yeah,
wants
no,
to
I
name
didn't
her
have
channel
any of the tall ones.
Well, not for long.
I had
Eleanoropolis.
the only tall things that I can think of, like the
She
12-foot
wants
action
the
figures, or
letters.
the 12-inch
So
action
now
figure,
you
1 foot.
Chewbacca and Boba Fett
I
and
just remember Boba Fett,
Bounce
and I remember
together.
Princess Leia, but I think Princess Leia got lost at Granny's house. I mean, she might be in the
So-
walls or something, I don't know.
Caleb,
I remember Boba Fett.
in
I
the
played with Boba
ductwork.
Fett till his legs fell off.
that's sort of what I mean by,
That's the only really big ones.
I
I remember,
also think
but the
that
small ones, I had,
we might
I
want
mean,
to
I remember
A
like
bunch.
tons of those. But
But you
Brian
went
Thompson
through
had
3 or
like,
4 X-Wings.
Brian Thompson had every freaking G.I. Joe toy there ever was.
I didn't have quite that much, but I did have the original G.I. Joes.
Sure,
Yeah, big ones.
Big ones,
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
Well, I mean,
but I can punch
I grew up-
forward.
at a time when that was what they had.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, see, I was
the
coming
weird
up with
thing-
these-
So the big toy I got out of the G.I. Joe stuff was the G.I. Joe mobile whatever
You're not good at effect.
command center.
Right.
Where you could set it up, and this little stupid thing that you could
Oh,
stick on the top, twist it a little bit, hit the button, and it'd go.
Together.
They go do the reconnaissance post.
Nice. That's awesome.
No,
Your G.I. Joe
Right
had
now,
a beard.
Munson.
and it felt scratchy.
Caleb has a great project for y'all to do together.
All kinds of, I feel like a lot of my G.I. Joes got buried in the backyard.
I think this is Janie's
You
project.
play with them and then they die, then you have to bury them somewhere.
I mean, I didn't have the original G.I. Joes. I was in the
You
the
lost
ones I
my
got
G.I.
were
Joes in the
from
backyard.
the action
Some of
adventure,
them be dead with
the
Barbie
action
dolls,
team
I'm just
era,
saying.
which was still the 12-inch figures, but they weren't military figures anymore by then.
So
I
Munson,
remember, I remember
For some
there was-
reason, military
Yeah,
figures fell out of
yeah,
favor
G.I.
during the Vietnam War.
We had the G.I. Joe cartoon on TV.
conversation came up.
I
I'm trying to
remember
butt in
I
and
used
out
to
for
buy
a
the
while.
G.I.
They
Joe
just
comic
pretend
from
I'm
my
not
Wilson
even, I
shop.
even got a chair.
And then we had
Pulled
action
up right
figures
smack
all
in the
over the
middle.
place. So there was
And
a lot
they
of
did
G.I.
what
Joe
you
ones.
wanted.
Do you remember when we sold our house?
Wiley was he was more into the
But it
comics.
makes a great project, doesn't it,
The people
Caleb?
could not figure out
It's
what was
a
going on with
bonding
their heating system.
experiment.
So they called in
It's
a
not
heater
experiment, experience,
They went
a
through the
bonding
ductwork,
experience.
and they found something in the neighborhood of 50 little people that had melted. And so, you know,
At our old house?
yeah, at our old house, the Sesame Street characters that were missing, and
Oh,
all that
man.
stuff, they appeared in the ductwork, melted. And we don't
Sorry about that.
understand exactly what was going on.
I mean, I understand that now more than I used to.
Whether y'all were pushing them down there and going, help, help, you know, I don't know.
You buy stuff and then somebody does stuff with stuff and you're like, oh, I guess I gotta buy more stuff.
So you were born in.
74,
That's how it goes.
74, 76, 79.
Okay, so you actually would have been in the tail end of the original G.I. Joes.
I don't remember see, I didn't really get into collecting G.I. Joe. When I was a kid, the only action figures I cared about when I was young, was Star Wars.
Well, this was a bit,
So this was like,
I may also add that after we retreated from Vietnam, G.I. Joe was not the popular toy it was before or after. So
Yeah.
when Munson was little, it wasn't like
Right.
G.I. Joe was
I didn't
really
get back into
popular.
G.I. Joe until
Wiley Neal got divorced. Well, Wiley Neal's
I
mom
want to
got
say
divorced.
early '80s, like probably like '83-ish. Like is when I want to say like I started getting more into like. Although I want to say the cartoons must have come later than that. But
cartoons were 84, 85.
okay, about that time, that's when I started collecting G.I. Joe action figures. But I didn't like the action figures. G.I. Joe action figures, like the little ones, were weird. Like I remember thinking they were weird when I was a kid. Like if you broke them apart, it was just a rubber band.
Why would you break them apart?
I don't know.
Because he might have been making a movie.
You know,
Speaking
I
of
could pull this
which,
arm off and pull the arm off
speaking
too much, and then it would unclick, and then the whole thing would. You know, it wasn't like individual arm pieces. It was like one rubber band that connected both arms and the legs.
They sold a lot more that way.
Probably, I don't know. But anyway.
Caleb,
The
children
action
should
figures I
be,
remember always
children should be
asking
seen,
for
not heard,
was
Caleb.
So I must have gone through
See,
like
not
3 or
heard.
4 Han Solos and like because I used to play with them in the bathtub, and then their
They used
faces
to
would
be,
rub
they used to
off.
die and
Come
you
on,
bury
Lord.
them in the backyard.
Huh?
Munson was just telling you that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got
in
shot
the sand pit,
In the sand
which
pit.
was
They
the,
got that look in
you know,
their eye.
Tatooine
Their face
was
fell
that,
off.
yeah, Joe's house.
House
Munson.
is still standing? Can
It
you believe
is. I
that?
saw that.
I saw that the other day and I'm
Shepherds over
going,
there.
how on earth is that even possible?
Yeah, that's a cool house.
Children should be seen, not heard.
Jamie followed.
I promised Eleanor for Christmas. Did you get the guilt? Okay. That we could make a PJ Masks YouTube video to put on YouTube. And I was explaining,
Go
well,
for it.
awesome. We're gonna do it tomorrow. And then,
Borrow the camera,
since
I'll
it will
make
be on your camera, Caleb volunteered-ish to edit it and put it on YouTube.
Once we get your draw clone, we have enough space for us to reinstall it over here. I can show you how to edit. It's easy. It's fun.
That's the skill you need.
If you
It's a
want-
project. Here's
I mean,
what I was
I mean,
thinking.
I don't even want to think about how big a YouTube channel I could have now if I'd started when I was 14.
Oh my god. You could be a millionaire by the time you're
I've been,
Munson's age.
you'd be 30 years ahead of me. That's crazy.
So what we need is because this is gonna be her channel, so this may not be the
She,
only
you
one.
need to
So
set her up.
she
okay.
wants
Caleb has a channel.
an
It has like 2 videos on it.
an Elenopolis, and then she wants the letters to fall and bounce into place to form the Elenopolis graphic.
Blocks. You want a 2D or 3D?
I don't know, Caleb.
I'm guessing which would be free.
If you made it 2D, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Well, go for 2.5.
You do it 2D and we can throw some weird photo effect on it. Be like 2.5.
So that would be awesome. Y'all could do that for me and Eleanor,
I mean,
because it's all she wanted.
I mean,
for Christmas for me.
If you take the video camera and shoot footage of her for her video,
Right.
we could edit it and upload it for you to whatever channel you want us to upload it to.
Awesome. Thank you, Caleb. That's awesome.
What just happened?
You just got volunteers. For the
You did
experience.
volunteerish. I mean,
No, I think that'd be cute. I mean, like Eleanor's got lots of
have fun with
toys.
that.
I think Munson's gonna help you.
I can help you. I can show you how to edit, and I've got a copy. I've got a
That's a
copy.
skill
of
you're
it
gonna
for
need.
her.
I feel like in the world we live in, you need to know how to.
That's
edit
all you need.
videos.
That's all you need.
Thanks, Caleb. That's
I could
awesome.
just paste
I thought
it.
love was all you need.
And love is all you need.
No,
That tie is all you need.
Premiere Pro allows you
video
to edit
editing
videos.
skills. are
You're
all
saying
you
this tie has nothing to do with love?
I could just paste something to edit. You know?
Awesome.
Where are you gonna get the money to pay somebody to edit the stuff
From the
nobody wants
videos
to
that
edit
they
because you don't have any money?
From the videos that they edit.
Now, Santa
If you want,
Claus
Munson,
brought,
if you
brought
can show me how to do it, but
a wireless
However y'all wanna do it.
controller for her Wii game, but Santa Claus couldn't figure out how to do it. So
Caleb might be
after
able
I
to
take
figure it
Eleanor
out.
after I take Eleanor to Mimi's, maybe somebody could help Santa Claus.
Okay, cool.
Help Santa Claus do what now?
It's a wireless controller for the Wii.
I didn't wanna get into that this morning.
Caleb could probably figure it out. And
If he
that's
makes
it.
some money, if he can fix it, he can make some money.
You wanna make $1?
I'll pay him $10 if he can get it.
Oh my God! Well, give him the box. Show him what to do.
Alright,
I got this.
I got it to you.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm gonna take it.
One job I don't have to do. That's what I like to hear. Huh? Nothing good. It's a nothing. Nut.
I just love you.
I need to go and probably do some. I need to get mom's computer set up like we just set your computer.
Oh, with the,
Start working on it after I take Eleanor to Mimi's house.
Okay, so she doesn't see it.
She doesn't see it.
All right, cool.
I don't want her to get involved with, we had enough with the,
I understand.
Yep.
You don't want her talking about all that.
Santa Claus didn't fix it right.
Right. No, we don't want anybody to feel bad about Santa Claus.
so you don't want me to do that?
Not yet.
I'm gonna take her in 5 minutes. I'm gonna take her to her.
5 minutes. You're in the clear. This is like a secret mission.
Alright. I got these bells.
We got the bells. That's cool. That'd be cool. Janie could borrow that camera that we got
Alright.
after the day if she wants to. Actually, she can even borrow it from here to shoot for tomorrow, I guess. I've got another camera at home we could use to shoot.
Well, however y'all want
You want to know something funny?
What?
So, alright, I uploaded like a really short. Alright, so 2 videos, right? One was like 2 months ago that I uploaded, one was like a week ago. The one that I uploaded a week ago has like.
Are you
5,000
uploaded a video to your YouTube channel?
Not really my video, but
Wait, what video?
You stole somebody's
No,
video and
no.
uploaded it to your YouTube channel?
no, I didn't
I
steal
should
it.
kind of be proud of you for that. I mean,
I didn't steal it. It was fair use.
Steal what?
oh, and
What
Caleb
video was
had,
it?
well, because I've seen some people who did exactly that and have ended up with a whole bunch of views.
Yeah.
You remember like the green Peppa Pig?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody would go and steal Peppa Pig
Peppa Pig in
videos
the upside down, yeah.
off of YouTube, and then they would inverse the colors so Peppa is not pink anymore, she's green, which changes what the video looks like, and then they re-upload it to a different
Sarah
channel.
loves inverse Peppa Pig.
Right, and Sarah loved the green pig.
Yeah, inverse isn't right.
What is it? What is the word?
I think if you went into a filter for a camera and put invert colors, I think that's what you would end up with.
Inverse.
Who
Invert.
made those?
This is so sweet.
Oh, so yeah, the one I uploaded a month ago only has like 100 views. But the one I uploaded a week ago has like 5,000.
That's great.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
I mean, you gotta do that with some more.
Yeah.
I mean, cause sometimes they'll just like,
It's only a 2-second video.
that's cool, it must have gotten shared somewhere.
When the corn comes.
I mean, that's why you need
Oh, yeah.
video
She
editing.
wanted you to know that that's a
post-
snow woman.
If you had video editing skills and free YouTube downloader, you could sit around the house and never work and just upload crap to
It's
YouTube.
a pipe, yes, it's a
This
snow
guy.
woman with a pink
I
pipe.
don't so cute. Yeah,
I mean, at least until you get enough copyright strikes where
Girl.
your channel's destroyed.
nah, they're funny like that.
Thank you, girl.
See, what I think
forgot
I would
to
do,
put
I
the
would
little
start with
string on
the
them
funny
so you can
video
hang them on
and
the tree.
then
Okay,
just
go
put
on.
different sounds
Okay.
in them. But I guess that would require time. You could just download them and just re-upload them. You could re-edit them. You could take the beginning and stick it at the end and call it a new video. I can think of all kinds of dumb stuff I could do if I just didn't care.
What video though did you upload?
Or if I was under 18 and they couldn't put me in prison.
Listen, don't give him ideas.
You know what I'm saying?
They do put under 18-year-olds in prison all the time.
For copyright infringement?
I don't know, but for stuff.
I mean, for the most part, actually, what happens if YouTube like catches you doing that, it depends on who owns the content. Sometimes you just end up with this split. They go, oh, we'd like to make some money off of this video you're making money off of too. And then you're both making money off of it.
I was talking to Mary Baker, my neighbor, my cousin.
Yeah.
yesterday. She's got her brother Ralph has a daughter that just graduated as a PhD from University of North Carolina in Greensboro, and she's in education and she's in media editing or something, some kind of media something. And what her job is to take all of the stuff that these teachers have been teaching at these different universities and turn it into some kind of digital platform where they can make money selling it or
Oh, really?
whatever.
Just like
Cause these old,
videotape the lectures and you
cause the
start
teachers don't know how to do
You're
that.
welcome.
You know, where you can like have a podcast
It's my
for fee,
favorite one
or you
so
can
far.
have a class for fee or whatever.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Wow,
You're already
look at
paying
that.
teachers to give lectures all the time.
I know you're supposed to use this, but is there a way to frame it? I mean,
Now use it. Put some biscuits
but
or something
think about
on it.
how pretty that would be on the wall.
Well, it would be, I guess, but
Ain't that pretty?
Isn't it
My wife made that.
I know.
I made it so you could put food on it because you like to feed people.
I do, but not necessarily on something that's beautiful. Just somebody put the knife
It could be a
down.
cookie
No,
dish.
Yeah, you could put cookies.
You serve
Yeah.
cookies on it.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Here,
Almost. Almost.
What is that?
I think, isn't the original one in there?
Feels like an Xbox controller.
Well,
The original
Pop- I
what?
told Pop to take the controller to that place and tell them specifically what he needed for it. I told him to take the controller with him so they
And
would
he
know.
did. He did.
But you know
Yeah.
they do make Nintendo controllers that have the same design.
He followed directions. He did.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's the right one. I told him to take the old one with him.
Oh, this is
Oh.
it's not an
I'm glad
Xbox.
you like it.
I had it
You know the bumpers.
under the table.
Yeah.
What?
You know the bumpers.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, I told him.
You know how they usually
that
make
the
a quick
studio
sound?
turned.
You know how they
And so
usually
we don't,
click.
we were trying to
These don't
figure out,
click there.
how about if we
Click.
could give you the money instead of Marguerite?
It
Because
feels
last
like
time we did that, it got all
a-
confused.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so would that be?
Yeah, and I can,
Okay.
I think I can go tomorrow, they'll be open and I can drop it off and pay for my time, so,
Because at first I was
Yeah.
thinking about
That's
doing
the
that,
best I
and he
can
says, I don't think that's,
okay.
I don't think that worked real well last time, so we
Okay.
thought we'd try something different. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
no, that's great, thank you,
Okay.
I'm excited.
Now, speaking of Mission Impossible, well, when you get back.
Oh, I like Mission Impossible. Like Leonard Nimoy in Mission Impossible?
Well,
No, I'm not talking about.
Or the
Hey,
new
girl.
Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise Mission Impossible.
What are you and Eleanor doing?
Are y'all playing? Are y'all playing
well,
Do you want milky?
when you get back over
Can you
here.
say milkies, please?
Oh, you got something to show me.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Say I need the milkies. Yeah, I need
It's
the
from this
coffee.
YouTube channel that I follow that covers a whole bunch of both new, a little bit of new, but also some
Oh,
old
man.
audio stuff.
Yeah, see, I just started thinking, like, when I was a kid, like, one of the coolest things I used to do was, like, overdubbing on trailers and stuff. Tape recorders of Mission Impossible Episode 1.
Oh, I'm popping those legs. Are you done with milky? You got cold hands. What's going to Eleanor's playroom down here? Change your diaper. She's got you some diapers. You wanna go do it? You got cookies? Your feet are so big. How'd your feet get so big? Don't kick Caleb, that's not sweet.
Ah, nice. There's a record. Self-destruct.
And
felt was arriving at an unusual location at which he'd retrieve a tape player and an envelope of photographs that would explain the mission objective of that episode. And
Did Eleanor and Pop go somewhere?
You're good to go, man.
the mission was delivered by the
Oh yeah, that's the first thing.
You want to go to headquarters?
playing around more with using other media, but the minute open reel tape recorders are the ones that most people associate with the show. The machine we're looking at today first appeared in episode 26 of the first season, and then its final appearance was in episode 21 of the last season. Now, just creating the appearances in a briefing section, this machine was used in 48 episodes of
Can we
the
give
first
you your diaper
series.
now?
Oh!
You're my big girl.
1973. Of course, the Philips compact cassette had been on the market for quite some time by then, first appearing in the US around the mid-1960s. However, the cassette was only used in one mission briefing scene in season 2. And this appearance is especially unusual as Jim brings along his own tape recorder with him in order to play back the cassette. Normally, the tape player would be found in the location. The cassette player used in that scene was a very similar model to this one, but to make it appear more visually interesting on camera, they removed the cassette door so that the revolving cassette reels could be seen more clearly.
Yeah.
The open reel tape recorder I've got here doesn't look too familiar yet, however it is the same design as the one seen in the show. But just like that Philips cassette recorder, in its standard configuration the tape reels are hidden away behind a cover and are only visible through a small window. So again, to make the player more visually appealing for television, the door was taken off. Now, it's not intended to be removed, so doing so fires a couple of sprints across the room, but without that lid in place, the machine is left with an unsightly raised section on the right-hand side. So it's important to shoot it from the right angles, preferably from above. But the player is seen with its cover in place ever so briefly in just one episode of this series when it's removed from the bag on the back of the motorcycle, but the cover is taken off before the tape is played. Taking a closer look at the machine itself, the model is a Sanyo MC2. It dates from approximately 1965. It's a simple mono half-track quarter-inch tape recorder. It has controls for play and rewind, but there's no fast-forward. There's a speaker on the rear, and there's a volume control on the side. And it's a machine that's really more suited for recording voice than music. And that's because, like most of these mini open reel machines, it doesn't employ a very sophisticated mechanism. It's edge drive, which means the tape doesn't get controlled in speed by a pinch roller and a capstan. So, over the length of the reel, the tape speed will vary. It's fine if you play the audio back on the machine itself, but you wouldn't want to play these reels back on a more sophisticated machine. Those tape reels are an unusual diameter. They're just over 2¼ inches across, or 63 millimeters. And when they're on the player, they rest upon rubber platters that are rotated from the edge via the drive shaft from a motor that's located underneath. That gets
Got it?
able to make
Does it
contact
work?
with either reel depending upon
Snap
the
is
desired
working. Cool.
direction of tape movement.
I got this old recorder, Caleb. What do you
Select
think?
whether you want to record or play.
I'm gonna get a real good for Christmas.
Via an external microphone. And the recording level sensitivity can be adjusted through monitoring with an
You know,
earpiece.
the craziest thing about that probably is like in really sophisticated recording studios, they probably still record
The
the
whole
tape
machine is powered by 4 AA batteries.
because they like the quality better.
Lines are found a
It's
little
analog,
bit
not
tight
digital.
fit in that battery tray,
Gotta
a
be
little bit
better.
wider in diameter than a standard battery. But you can see that the overall space in the machine
I mean,
has been
I don't
used
know
very
why it would be
efficiently.
better.
And the machine
but
itself has a
you know why it would be better?
weight to it.
There are people who claim that they can tell the difference between an audio and a digital, and so if you're, I mean, obviously if you're gonna produce it to CD, if you're trying to make CDs, it doesn't make any sense, it's recording.
Right.
But if you're going to record, let's say, vinyl,
Because of course
Right.
recording starts with the tape being
Like from like audio recording standpoints, I always hear people talk about well, there's a warrant.
you can see
There's a warrant to analog.
Yeah.
Not present in digital.
and these felt pads which get pushed up against it.
my ear's not sensitive enough, and I don't think it ever was to notice the difference.
It spins that magnet into position, and then the tape also travels between that.
And there's so much easier to copy and paste, isn't it?
There is a Sanyo MC2, however, it was sold in the US under the Craig brand, as this was a more familiar name to the households there, though also many people who would actively avoid buying any Japanese brands. But barring cosmetic differences, the Sanyo and the Craig those appearances were recycled.
Good job.
On a number of occasions, the intro sections would be
Papa
used
owes you
in
$10.
other episodes. It was, of course,
If he doesn't get back in time, I'll give
measured.
you $10.
Audio from the tape recorder was, of course, dubbed in post, as were the close-ups of the hands.
But what if he doesn't know that you gave
So
him
it was a
$10?
relatively
Then you
easy
might
job
end up
to
with
just
$20.
reuse the overall setup for the scene, but just swap out the audio from the tape player closer to the handshake of photos. Sometimes these intros were used a number of years apart. Now this is one particularly interesting recycled intro that I found. Rather than just using the exact same clips, they recorded 2 passes on the same day, but with Peter Graves wearing a different jacket and tie each time. They were then able to use these in episodes and they aired a year apart from one another.
It's like Star Trek, you know, where they they jump to that ship footage we made for that.
Although in this one the telescope is in a different location. However, when it comes to the close-ups of the tape machine playing, it did give them the opportunity to just reuse the clip they'd shot 2 years earlier. These intros always added a bit of fun to the start of an episode though, because it was interesting to see where the tape recorder was going to be headed this week. But the locations always had to follow a very strict set of rules. Well, it's not immediately obvious, but when you've seen a few of these, you tend to start to notice. The intro I made at the beginning of this video wouldn't have worked in the show as it didn't adhere to the rules.
There's a couple more gifts I don't think you
The
saw.
location, the tape recorder and photos were always stored in a place where a member of the public couldn't have accidentally stumbled across them. So they would either be secured with a lock of some sort, for example, they were behind a door or in a cabinet, and Jim would bring the appropriate key for this with him, or the tape recorder would be guarded by a fellow agent, and in order to get access to it, a conversation would have to take place, and provided the correct question and answer response was passed between the two, Jim would then be allowed access to the briefing material. But once the tape had been retrieved, it would also be played in a location where it couldn't be overheard by anyone. Now, just imagine trying to think of well over 100 different scenarios like this. It's no wonder they ended up using a few. Now, when Jim got to the briefing section, as we mentioned before, the audio would be dubbed in later, so that then left Peter Graves doing his very best while listening to audio that isn't really there. Facial expression. A syndic of these could last for hours, and given what he had to work with, I think this should be recognised as some of the best acting work in the history of television. Now, once that tape had been listened to, it would sometimes be just disposed of, but most people will remember the more common, this tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds, good luck, Jim, at which point it went up in a puff of smoke. Well, in this episode, I think I can see how they achieve this effect with what looks like a plastic tube piping the smoke into the bottom corner of the tape player.
Ah, nice.
And you can see in this shot how the tubes of paint are arranged diagonally. But after we then cut away to Jim, the next time we see them, they're lined up straight, and again, presumably to conceal that smoke pipe. In some scenes, no doubt, they drilled a hole through from below, but the easiest way to conceal the pipe was just to show the tape playing in a wide shot, then cut to a close-up of Jim, but then when you went back to the tape machine again, this time you framed it so that one corner of it is off camera. Now, if we wind that one back, we can see that the machine that goes up in smoke was a pretty scratched up one with a damaged logo on the front, whereas the model in the preceding shot is in much better condition. After a while looking at these, the swap from the functioning machine to the smoke prop becomes quite obvious, but of course on television back then no one would have been able to spot things like this. 21-inch CRT in the corner of the room, 1960s or 70s blurry TV. No,
That's right, you had a crappy TV, so you never noticed
tape
this.
covering the manufacturer name on the cassette. But talking of which, you can see in this first appearance of the Craig 408 how the prop guys have dirtied up the logo in an attempt to conceal it. Now, the next time the machine is seen in another episode, the Craig logo has a black line drawn through it. But then in subsequent episodes, it gets covered up with various colours of tape. Until finally, in season 4, the machine acquires the logo that it's going to display for the remainder of the series. Now, initially, I thought that logo was something created specifically for the show, but it turns out it's actually an existing one that's used by Craig. And you can even see that it's the same logo that they stamped onto their plastic tape spools. However, the models of the 408 that were sold to the public didn't have this design printed on the head cover. And it seems like Craig, in an attempt to get their logo into the show was to uniquely apply this to the machines that we used on there. And you can see the sticker on this particular one is peeling off slightly in this close-up. Now let's just move on to a few very slight anomalies that I spotted while putting this video together. You can see here that the right reel isn't properly located upon its spindle, so it's wobbling around a lot, and the same goes for the left-hand reel in this next shot. Now this next one is a little bit harder to see because the scene's quite dark. That might be deliberate because the tape on these reels is severely chewed up. You can see along the top as it moves between one and the other. Something bad has happened to this prop at some point. But one thing that's almost inevitable whenever a reel-to-reel tape player is shown on screen is misthreading of the tape. The correct tape path is drawn on this machine, and the tape is supposed to travel on the left side of this silver peg on the left. And on the whole, throughout the series, they get this right on a commendable number of occasions, but inevitably they do slip a couple of times. However, the biggest goof by far while using this particular machine was in this episode where somebody decided to run the film of the tape player
backwards.
Honourable mention goes to the episode with the cassette player. So the tape goes into the machine, black side facing up, but the close-ups show it playing with the white side facing up, and then when the tape gets disposed of, it goes towards the bucket, black side up, but then falls into the bucket, white side up. You can see why they didn't use the cassette again. But Mission Impossible had a big influence on me when I was watching the reruns in the 1980s. Even though the technology they showed might have been a bit out of date, whether it was real or imaginary, it still fascinated me. And it's no doubt one of the reasons why I'm doing what I do today. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video on one of the real pieces of 1960s tech from the show. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, I like this channel.
What's the name of the channel?
Tech Moan.
Tech Moon?
Yes.
Like M-O-A-N?
M-O-A-N.
Okay, cool.